Can you imagine the raw power of nature captured on film? From the fiery eruptions of volcanoes to the devastating fury of tsunamis, join us as we explore some of the most unbelievable disasters in history. Throughout the annals of time, the Earth has spoken in the language of disasters. Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, hurricanes, and tsunamis have shaped not only the surface of our planet, but also the course of humanity. These cataclysmic events are both terrifying and fascinating, providing a stark reminder of the dynamic and often unpredictable planet we inhabit. The footage of these natural disasters serves as a historical record, capturing moments of sheer power and raw terror. It provides invaluable data that scientists and researchers analyze to better understand and predict future events. For the communities affected, these films are testaments to resilience and recovery, showcasing the human spirit's capacity to rebound and rebuild. With each disaster, humanity has learned, adapted, and sometimes even marveled. Let's dive into these awe-inspiring moments caught on camera. May 18, 1980, a date that shook America as Mount St. Helens erupted, altering the landscape forever. Nestled in the serene landscapes of Washington state, this once tranquil mountain gave subtle yet clear warnings of its awakening. In the months leading up to the eruption, seismologists recorded a series of tremors and earthquakes, signaling a stir beneath the Earth's crust. A bulge on the north side of the mountain grew ominously, indicating magma was rising. Then, on that fateful Sunday morning, the volcano unleashed its fury. Triggered by a magnitude 5.1 earthquake, the north face of the mountain collapsed, creating the largest landslide in recorded history. This catastrophic event ripped open the volcano's side, releasing pent-up gases and magma in a colossal lateral blast. Trees were flattened and landscapes were obliterated within seconds. The eruption spewed a towering ash cloud into the sky, reaching heights of over 15 miles. Ash fell over 11 states, turning day into night and altering weather patterns. The most devastating phenomenon, however, was the pyroclastic flow, a superheated torrent of gas and debris that scorched everything in its path, decimating wildlife and vegetation. Broadcast around the world, the dramatic footage captured the imagination and horror of millions, drawing global attention to the destructive power of nature. Mount St. Helens not only reshaped a region, but also our understanding of volcanic activity. December 26, 2004, a day that turned serene shores into scenes of devastation across multiple countries. On that fateful morning, an undersea megathrust earthquake, with a magnitude of 9.1, occurred off the west coast of northern Sumatra, Indonesia. The colossal force of this earthquake unleashed a series of devastating tsunamis across the Indian Ocean, traveling at speeds up to 500 miles per hour. The walls of water, some reaching as high as 100 feet, obliterated everything in their path upon reaching the coastlines. Indonesia, the closest to the earthquake's epicenter, faced unprecedented destruction. The province of Aceh was particularly hard hit, with entire communities being swept away in mere moments. Over in Thailand, tourist resorts along the beaches of Phuket and Khao Lak transformed from paradise to disaster zones in an instant. Sri Lanka's eastern and southern coasts saw waves sweeping kilometers inland, causing massive loss of life and property. The Maldives, though smaller and flatter, was not spared, with several islands being completely submerged at the peak of the tsunami's power. The international response was swift and substantial. Countries around the world rallied to provide aid, with billions of dollars raised and countless volunteers arriving to assist with rescue and recovery efforts. This global humanitarian response was a testament to the profound impact the disaster had on the collective human conscience. Furthermore, the devastating impact of the tsunami highlighted the urgent need for better detection systems. This led to significant advancements in tsunami detection technology, including the establishment of the Indian Ocean Tsunami Warning System, which aimed to provide critical early warnings to prevent such large-scale loss of life in the future. The 2004 tsunami remains one of the deadliest natural disasters in modern history, a poignant reminder of our vulnerability to nature's whims. On March 11, 2011, a powerful earthquake off the coast of Japan triggered a disaster beyond the earthquake itself. The magnitude 9.0 earthquake, known as the Tohoku earthquake, unleashed formidable forces, causing massive ground shaking and setting off a catastrophic tsunami. Waves reaching heights of up to 40 feet crashed onto Japan's northeastern coast, sweeping away cars, homes, and entire communities. As the country grappled with the immediate devastation, an even more dire situation was unfolding at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. The tsunami had inundated the facility, crippling the power supply and cooling systems of 3 reactors. Without cooling, the reactors began to overheat, leading to a series of hydrogen explosions and the release of radioactive materials into the environment. This nuclear crisis marked the worst such event since the Chernobyl disaster in 1986. The footage captured at Fukushima, harrowing and stark, played a crucial role in understanding the sequence of events that led to the meltdown. It also underscored the vulnerability of nuclear plants to natural disasters, prompting a global reevaluation of nuclear safety protocols. In the years that followed, the area around Fukushima remained largely uninhabitable, a haunting reminder of the disaster's long-term environmental and health impacts. The exclusion zone became a focal point for studies on radiation effects, and efforts to decommission the plant are expected to take decades. The Fukushima disaster is a stark example of how natural disasters can precipitate technological catastrophes. August 2005, Hurricane Katrina hits, becoming a defining moment for the United States. In late August, a storm that had gathered its monstrous strength from the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico made its way toward the Gulf Coast. Named Hurricane Katrina, it rapidly intensified, reaching Category 5 at its peak, with winds swirling at over 175 miles per hour. As it approached land, Katrina's sheer size promised unprecedented destruction. The storm made its first landfall on Florida's coast, but its most catastrophic impact was reserved for Louisiana and Mississippi. When it struck on August 29th, the world watched in horror as one of the most vital and vibrant American cities, New Orleans, suffered unimaginable devastation. The city's levee system, critically flawed and under-maintained, failed spectacularly, leading to widespread flooding that covered 80% of the city. The scenes of despair in New Orleans were heart-wrenching. Residents clambered onto rooftops, pleading for rescue from the encroaching waters. The Superdome and Convention Center, meant to be refuges, were overwhelmed with thousands of people desperate for food, water, and evacuation. The role of the media was crucial. Television and online platforms broadcasted real-time images and stories from the disaster zone, galvanizing global support and criticism about the pace and nature of the response efforts. This disaster spurred a critical reevaluation of disaster preparedness and response strategies across the United States. Katrina not only changed the landscape, but also the policies and practices in disaster management and response. As we've seen, the power of nature is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. From the explosive eruption of Mount St. Helens to the devastating waves of the 2004 tsunami, each of these events has etched a profound mark on the canvas of human history. The Fukushima disaster of 2011 not only highlighted the vulnerability of our most sophisticated technologies, but also underscored the intricate ties between human systems and natural forces. And who could forget the harrowing winds and floods of Hurricane Katrina, which reshaped communities and ignited conversations on climate change and disaster management. These disasters, each monumental in their own right, have collectively claimed thousands of lives, obliterated communities, and resulted in billions of dollars in damages. Beyond the statistics, they've altered ecosystems and left scars on the earth that may never fully heal. Yet, amidst these tales of destruction, there are invaluable lessons about resilience and preparedness. These events have propelled advancements in technology and infrastructure, pushing us to develop better warning systems and more resilient cities. They remind us of the importance of respecting nature's limits and preparing for the unexpected. Moreover, these catastrophes have demonstrated the indomitable human spirit. Communities coming together to rebuild, to support one another, and to forge ahead despite unimaginable losses. They have fostered a global dialogue about how we can live sustainably and safely on this volatile planet. These disasters, caught on film, serve as humbling reminders of our place within the natural world. They teach us, warn us, and sometimes bring us together in the face of overwhelming odds.